Right. Hi, everyone. Today's lesson is a continuation of our lecture series under percentages too. And at today's lecture, I'll be discussing with you the ideology of income tax deductions. Okay, as I discussed in our previous lecture, what from the feedback? Please, if you join, okay, thank you for muting yourself. Yeah, so in our previous lecture, I mentioned that income tax is the kind of tax that is deducted from our income, right? That is deducted from people's income, people's salaries. I mentioned that in Ghana, private workers are normally not debited like that, but ordinarily they have to be paying tax. But the government workers, because the government is paying them before your salary gets to you, the government has deducted that. I use here in Canada as an example. Here, if you work and you get a salary, the government deducts like 10 to 15% of your money before the money will even get to you. Yeah, and that is what they use to create social amenities, infrastructure, roads, and what have you. Income tax is necessary. That's what they use to actually build the economy. So it's important, isn't it? Now we have to learn how income tax is calculated. Now, before we begin, we started to look at the currency, right? I taught you how the Ghana cedi, currencies are written. So I told you that when you take a typical currency, we have the the whole portion and we have the decimal portion, which is more like the coin. Okay, the coin. And I taught you how it's written. Well, if you didn't participate in that lecture, for the purpose of today's lecture, I'll be touching on that. I'll be talking about because we'll be dealing with money, money, money throughout. Now, I want to I introduce some terminologies to them and I want to discuss with you before we even begin anything here. So I'm re-emphasizing. I think the first thing we spoke about is tax-free income. Yep, I spoke about that. Guys, you all remember you want an emphasis to be made.
Yes.
Your yes responds to what exactly?
What does
Come again. Your yes respond to what exactly?
it?
Okay. So yeah, I discussed this the other day. So we are going to summarize. Then taxable income. Also, we use them. Then I want us to look at words like total deductions. I want us to look at words like, oh my mind, who could be knocking? Um, let's stop. Um, yeah, total deductions. I want us to look at. mm, Look, I'm coming. All right. So I want us to talk about total deductions and maybe how to calculate for tax. Tax. And let's also talk about take home pay. Take take home pay. Take home pay. Guys, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me first of all. Can you hear me? Very recently, oh, no, Since yesterday and last week, I have been doing some calculations like this, not for the lecture, but for my personal life. I wanted to know my income here. Okay, so I was doing stuff like this, and I will make it practical for you to understand. So I just want you to know that this thing we are learning today is very important because in future, when you start to work, you also be doing stuff like that. So I'll explain. So, like, what was I doing? Our salaries are paid to us. So I just wanted to confirm if I'm not cheated or not. Okay, so I was looking at my hours and stuff like that. Okay, my hours, the income I'm supposed to earn hourly. Here we are paid hourly. So the income I was supposed to earn hourly, and of course, they take tax, isn't it? So I was doing stuff like this. So I was using all these words. Okay, so yeah, pay attention. So we started with tax-free income or pay. So I mentioned that you see, when you in Ghana, and I think, sorry, yeah, in Ghana or like any other country, um, there is a division that handles like income tax deductions. Okay, we call that IRS. IRS, yeah, IRS, Internal Revenue. No, IRA, Revenue Authority. I think so, yeah. They are responsible for income tax deductions and regulations. Okay, right. So they do the income tax deductions, but they have policies or principles. So here is the thing. There is a tax rate that everybody is obliged to pay, let's say 10% as 10% tax. Okay. Remember, I say in the business world, we don't quote money, we quote what? Rate. Rate is something in percent. So everyone is supposed to pay 10% tax. So let me look at our attendance today. Right. I have you guys here. So if you are earning, if our salary is 4,000 Ghana cedis, then you should know the tax you have to pay. If I'm working with Kasi, Bohema, Prince, and we all earn 4,000 cities, how much tax are we to pay? The tax is what? 10% of your salary. What is your salary? Hannah, that means she's not following. Or she responded, I didn't hear that. What's your salary, Hannah? Can you see my screen, please? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. How much is your salary? How much is the salary you're talking about here, Hannah? Hannah, I can't. Oh, my volume is down. Please hold on. Oh my God. Turn it off. Hold on. Where is my volume? Oops, I think the machine on. Turn it off. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Please hold on. Turn it off. Hmm. Just a moment. It's for streaming. All right. Um, if you can hear me, so what is the salary you're talking about, though?
400.
Nope. Yeah, 4,000. So if it's 4,000, oh, why is this thing so? A whole Microsoft. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's working. We're writing very slow. Hmm. My machine is behaving slowly. Let me wait for a while. Your screen sharing is paused. Let's wait for a while and see something. The salary is 4,000. Guys, hold on, okay? I think it's working. Yeah, it's 4,000. So 10% of 4,000, that'll be 10 over 100 of what? 4,000. And what are we getting?
400.
Okay, thank you. So that means that this person is paying 400 what Ghana cedis as what tax. So ordinarily, tax, they will give you the rate. Okay, you'll be given the rate, and it's expected of you to calculate the tax. And I believe if I give you the tax rate, you all can calculate for tax, right? Now, this is where this expression tax-free income or P comes into play. But before you even understand this statement, you must understand this first, tax-free allowances. So let me write this, tax. Yeah, you must understand this first, tax-free allowance. Okay, you must understand this word first and I will explain. So you see, this means that if I am working with you all in the same company, do you see a mistake here? I wrote more of the zeros. Yeah. So if I'm working with you in the same company, we are all paying 400 Ghana cedis. Okay. That means that what will be our take home pay? Please, it's a simple English word. Okay, don't think too far. What would we take home? Evelyn, what would we take home? It's the money you've been using, Evelyn, so don't think too much, okay? We are earning 4,000 and we've realized that the government will take us 400 Ghana cedis as tax after calculation. That means that how much are you taking home, Evelyn?
4,200.
Good. Yeah, that's our take home. But guys, look, the internal, most of the tax, the regulatory bodies taking the tax, okay? Regulatory bodies taking the tax, okay, have found out that, you see, when people have families, they tend to spend more. So you don't have to what? Charge them. I mean, you don't have to take more of their monies, just like how much you take any ordinary person who doesn't have families. Okay, so they allow some allowances. So if I'm working with Cassie and everyone, and let's say I'm married and I have kids, it's quite unreasonable that we are all paying the same tax and we'll all be taking home 3,600. This one is 400 Ghana cedis, so you think it's nothing. But sometimes they take as much as 1,000 and what have you. Last time with the calculation I was doing here like this, the tax they are taking is like $1,003 a month. It's a lot. Okay. So they, if you are married like that, they allow you some allowances. So this is where the word allowances comes in place. So I'll explain. So they have it as part of their deduction sheet that, oh, they have stuffs like this: children, children, children. Then maybe you will see 50 Ghana cedis here. Okay. Married. Then maybe you see you see married. You see, let's say 200 Ghana cedis. Then maybe you see there are some statements I don't want to use because there are exercises we're gonna touch on. Okay, so you see stuff like this. Then I give you a scenario. So Mr. Isaac, who is married without who is married and has no child, okay, what tax is he going to pay? The tax rate is 10%. Remember, his salary is 4,000. What is the condition around Mr. Isaac? Frank, what is the condition around Mr. Isaac? Look, our time is limited. If I say something and you understand, why don't you just say the answer so we move on first?
At least he is married and has no children.
Has no children, right? So you see, what the stuffs I've written here are allowances. Okay. Oh my days. So let's give me that again. Okay. The stuffs I've written here are what? Allowances. Okay, they are allowances. So that's what you see on top here, tax-free allowances. Okay, or allowance. Okay, so given that Mr. Isaac is married and has no children, so let's write Mr. Isaac here. So according to the regulatory body, if you are married, you're allowed an allowance of what? 200 cedis. He's not having a child, so should we write children as part of his allowances? Bediako.
No, sir.
But do you see the board? Do you see everything I'm writing?
Yes, sir.
So Mr. Isaac will not benefit from children. Let me show you how these allowances are important when it comes to taxation. So since Mr. Isaac is married, he enjoys an allowance of 200. That means that this is his tax-free allowance. See, it's English tax-free allowance. This is a part of your salary that you will not be charged tax on. Okay? So this is tax-free allowance. See, in fact, if he had children, I would have written children here, and I would have written the amount you will benefit. Okay? So these are allowances. When you combine the two, it becomes tax-free income. So when you combine the two, that is what gives you what? The tax-free income or pay. Do you understand the expressions, the two expressions? So the income Tax-free income is when you have sum up all the allowances, and the tax-free allowances is, the individual, leverages you are given. Guys, you understand it? Please, you understand it? Cassandra, do you understand what I'm saying? I barely hear you guys. I don't know what's going on. Okay, Khadija, do you understand what is going on? Please show her how to say yes. Maybe she don't know where she should speak to.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So now let's move on. Okay, so he's not married, so he's not allowed children. Sorry, he doesn't have a child, so he doesn't have, you know, um, children allowance, right? Now, let's investigate for his tax. Did I write that in there? Good. Taxable income. So I wrote those stuff there. So I'm explaining here because we want to calculate for his tax. So knowing tax-free allowance, you have to know taxable income or pay. So to get a taxable income or pay, you must know his salary, guys, which is 4,000 Ghana cedis. Then you subtract the allowances he's enjoying, which is 200 Ghana cedis, right? What will be left? Which is 3,008. This is what will charge him tax from. But if you take someone like Cassandra, who is not married and doesn't have children, the amount from his salary he's going to be taxed on will be the whole amount, which is 4,000. Now, if you are charging any other person the tax on 4,000 cedis, the person pays 400 cedis. Now, let's look at someone who has been allowed allowances and now the amount he's being charged a tax on is 3,008. Let's look at the person's tax. So the tax now is going to be 10%, which is 10 over 100 of his his taxable income. What is the taxable income, guys? 3,008. So how much tax is this person, Mr. Isaac, gonna pay? 380. Can someone analyze the two results, Mr. Isaac and Cassandra, the tax they are paying, and tell me something? I need a remark from you. Please, please. I need a remark. Please. Time. If you are talking, I really can't hear you.
There's a 20 cities difference.
Yeah, 26 difference. So what does it mean? I don't still get the point you're trying to make. I am trying to make a point. If you have gotten the point I'm trying to make, talk to me. Like the idea of the idea of tax-free allowances. The idea of tax-free allowances. And now look, doing that, the tax we are getting, what does that mean to you? Like, what is going on? Yes. You guys know, just Mhm.
Um, Mr. Isaac is married,
Mhm.
an allowance of 200
Mhm.
and tax-free allowance.
Mhm.
We subtracted the 200 cedis
Salary.
from his salary.
Mhm.
Then 3,800 Ghana cedis. So
Okay.
the 3,800 Ghana cedis is the amount, is the
You're gonna
taxable,
charge a tax on, okay.
and then percentage, the percentage
So
was
like
10%.
he end up paying a tax of what?
380 Ghana.
380. Cassandra end up paying a tax on what? Of what?
400 Ghana.
So what is the relevance here? What's going on? What does that mean to you?
Cassandra,
Cassandra is paying more than.
Cassandra pays more than Mr. Isaac. So what what is the relevance of allowances? What what is the importance of allowances, introduction of allowances? So if there is a tax rate and that regulatory body decides to bring allowances, what does it do? What does the allowance do?
reduces the
Tax one is to pay, right?
Yeah.
If there is an introduction of allowances and you benefit from the allowance, it reduces the tax you have to pay. Because if there is an introduction of allowances and you benefit from it, whatever you benefit from, they take it from your salary. What will be left is what will charge you a tax on. And you know, the lower the amount as your salary, the portions of your salary you have to charge a tax on decreases, the tax you have to pay decrease. Please, do you understand it? So I just want you to know that when there are allowances, it helps. So it's not like we are being biased, right? Everyone is paying a tax of 10%. Now, if you are married, you get an allowance of 200 cedis. If you have children, you get an allowance of 50. If you are not married, don't have children, we'll charge you a tax of 4,000 cedis. If you think you are jealous, go and marry and go and have children too. So, like, there is no cheating here, right? Please, do you understand me?
Yeah.
Is it a yes or a no?
yes.
Yeah. Maybe the allowances I wrote here are small, but sometimes it's big to the extent that like the tax you are paying drops so much. Okay, so then at least you now you want you see, I don't want you to have like written definition for tax-free allowances, written definition for tax-free income. Is an understanding I want you to have, and I believe now you have it. Was this math? No one will ask you define this, define that. Okay. And we just spoke about tax-free, sorry, we just spoke about taxable income. So how do you calculate for taxable income? I can
Salary minus
salary minus,
tax.
not really. So if
Tax-free income.
good. I'm trying to roll up so anyone who wanted to think about it, at least you get it. So know the tax-free income, then you subtract the salary from it. See, this is not a formula, it's a logic. What we just, I mean, notice right now. So it will be salary minus what? Tax-free income. Again, I don't want you to memorize any formula. I just want you to know how we came about it. That's all. Okay. Can we talk about total deductions?
Yes, sir.
Talk about total deductions.
Yes.
Okay, so like last time, what I was, you see, I told you that I was just looking at how much they had taken from me. Okay, so and I jotted it down. So I'm going down for you to understand what total deductions means. So you see, at the end of the month, it's in Ghana, private workers sometimes get the chance to escape. But government, if you are working for the government and the government is paying you, they will take all the money they want to take. Yeah. So I'm coming. Let me see if I'll find it. So I will explain. Oh, where are you? I really want to find this so that we have you get to understand these stuff. After tax, so they take something. Okay. Just a moment, guys. And and if you understand this now, every question that will be given to you, you just understand it so well because you know what it is. Okay, I'm here. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, guys. Um, are you ready? Uh-huh. So they don't just take, oops, just take they don't just take tax from your salary, so especially if you're a government worker. So here, the money you are getting, they take this pay attention. These are the deductions they take from us. They call that Canada Pension Plan. I'm also seeing, oh my. Okay. Number two. So you don't just pay 380, then you go your way. No. They take something called employment insurance. So the Canada pension plan, the rate is 5.95%. Who explained this to me? If you know your salary right now, will you be able to calculate for your pension plan? Will you? If you can tell me while I write the other deductions, if you can tell me, the other one is, please, if you can tell me, federal income tax. Yes, the EI is 1.66%. This one is the federal income taxes. They are writing a whole lot here, but I will just write 15%. Then they have another one, provincial, provincial, provincial income tax. Guys, are you there? I'm writing some rates there, explain. They are writing some stuff here, but they wrote two rates here. I just want you to understand me. I just want you to understand me. So I write 15.05%. Yeah, guys. Yeah, talk to me. Like, if you get to know this 5.95%, what does it mean? What does it mean? If you know your salary right now, can you, okay, if your salary is 4,000, how will you $4,000? How will you calculate for your Canada pension plan?
It will be 5.95
Mhm.
over 100
Mhm.
salary
Over 100. Uh-huh.
times 4,000.
Can you guys clap for him? Clap for him. Are you guys clapping?
They are not laughing.
You should clap for him. He did well. You guys are using your brains. Good job. May I know who answered the question?
Frank.
Okay. So guys, pay attention. So the Canada pension plan, this is what it means. When you are working, okay, the government forcibly take your money. They will take 5%, 5.95% of your money. They will take it and keep it for you. So I think they have an age pension begins. In Ghana, I think pension begins at what? You know, at what? What did you say? 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you are thinking is the same thing I'm also thinking here. So 60. So when you are 60, you have to stop your job, right? Or even if you are on an appointment, like on a contract, they stop you, right? They retire you. When you are home, how will you feed? So this money they took from you every month, they'll be giving you this money every month until you die. Number two, so every month they will take this money from your income. Yeah, they will not let the money hit your account before they take it. Before it get to you, they've taken it. Number two, employment insurance is 1.66. What this one means is, so guys, the Canada pension plan in Ghana, they call it SNIT, SNSSNIT. Have you guys heard of it? SNIT. It's called Social Security Insurance, blah, blah, blah. Senate is the same thing. Yeah, so it's Senate is basically for pension. Please, you understand? So we've gotten its likeness. Then here, employment insurance, they will take this money from your salary every month. No, even here they pay weekly. So bi-weekly every 2 weeks. So when you before your salary will hit your account, they've taken that money. They pay every 2 weeks. So that what the employment insurance means is that you keep working, they'll be taking the money. If today you lose your job, sometimes you can lose your job. If I'm running the school, if one day all the students fail, okay, it will never happen. But if one day all this, because we get student when student won't pass their exam, isn't it? So if one day all the students fail, okay, meaning there will not be students anymore, right? In a subsequent year, how will I pay my staff? I can't pay my staff, right? So what will I do? I'll ask them to go home. And it happens. So if you are working in a mall, a shop, right, and like people are not patronizing the item, should I still keep you there? The money is not even coming. I should keep on keeping you there and be paying you from what money? So I have to give you a letter. Notice that, I am retiring you in next month. So you're gonna be jobless. Yeah, if you're not working, your rent every month you have to be paying rent. You'll be frustrated, right? That's why the government, when you are working, they are forcing to take this money from you. If you lose your job today, you'll be given a letter by your employer that like you are required to stop work, in next month. So you take that letter to there is an agency. So you take that letter to the agency and they'll be giving you money every month. So that money you can use to pay your rent and stuff while you keep on searching for job. The moment you get a job, they stop paying you that money. Sounds good, right? Then the next one is federal income tax. Here, the federal represent to government, like government income tax. So if in Ghana, it will be like the government tax. So that's a normal tax. Earlier I wrote 10%. So here is 15%. Please, you get a picture. And then number four is provincial income tax. Here, when we talk about province, it's regions. Please, are you listening? So in Ghana, what regions do you know? Greater Accra, all right, Ashanti region, Northern region, right? All these are regions. Here, the regions are more like a country on its own. They have their leaders, like member of parliament, so to speak, in Ghana. Here we have our leaders, okay? We have provincial leaders or governors. Do you understand? So you pay tax to your region. So what do you think they'll use the money for anyways? So I live in a I live in the province of Ontario. So I have to pay tax and it will be given to my province. What do you think they will use the money for? I said the province means regions like Greater Accra. We all live in Greater Accra. So the salary, they take 5.05% to the province, the mayor for Greater Accra. What do you think they use the money for? Louder. Come again.
Construction of roads.
And other stuff you can actually think of. Okay. So you know how much tax are we paying? 15 plus 5.05 plus 1.66 plus 5.95. You add all of them. It could probably give you like 21 point something percent, right? So that will be the tax you are paying. Have you seen it? So it's not, sorry, that will be the total deductions. So that's not tax because there are some stuff here that are not tax, right? The only tax you see here is provincial and federal. The others are not tax, but it's a deduction they will take from you. Okay, so that's total deductions, isn't it? Isn't it? It's important to know total deductions because the question you always be asking yourself is, so what will be my take home? So like, I know you people are fond of taking monies from us. So how much do I know that at the end of every month, it will be my money? What will be my take home? To be able to get take home, what do? You subtract the tax. You subtract tax and total deductions from your salary. Please, you understand that? So these are total deductions. So let me flip down. So if you saw total deductions, the total deductions here stand for what? Tax, total deductions. I'm coming. Tax, did I spell it right? No. Yeah, so tax plus social, okay. Because you're in Ghana, that's why I'm writing social security contributions plus ETC. Because even in Canada, there are other deductions, isn't it? So plus ETC. So it's important to read the question. When you read the question, they will tell you the kind of deductions they make. So the kind of deduction they take from salary earners monthly. So you add all of them together with the tax and you get total deductions. Please you understand that. And to calculate for tax, I believe you are right and right too. To calculate for tax is the rate times the amount to be taxed. That is how we calculate for tax. I will ask you when we are going forward. So rate times amount to be taxed, not rate times salary. Because sometimes it's not the whole salary they take tax from. Do you understand that? Sometimes they take the tax from sometimes people are allowed like tax-free allowances. It's income. Okay, so that is it. Then the last thing here is take home pay. So how do you think we'll calculate for take home pay? Someone should tell me. Take home pay. How will you calculate for it? Take home pay. Take home pay will be equal to what?
The income minus the total deduction.
Come again.
Income minus the total deduction.
You so much. So I'll write net income. The word net means a lot. Net means what Bediako is saying. So like net means salary or income minus what? Total deduction. Total deductions too, you know. So that's all. Now we can begin the show. So I'm going to give you a question. I'm going to give you a question. Right. I'm going to give you a question. Now, please pay attention to the question. Sometimes they'll be telling you the person's salary at the end of the whole year. Sometimes they can tell you the person's salary at the end of the month. Sometimes they will, like the whole conversation is about a year. Sometimes the whole conversation is about a month. So we'll get there. If it's about a year, meaning they've multiplied the salary for the whole year and they want you to calculate for the tax. If you get a tax, mind you that the tax becomes the yearly tax or annual tax. If they want you to calculate for the monthly tax, if you know the yearly tax, what do? You just divide by 12, isn't it? Then you get monthly. That's what I want you to know. Is it confusing? Grace, is it confusing? Is it confusing, Grace? Prince, is it confusing?
No, sir.
I'm glad. Hey, did someone say yes, sir? Did
No,
someone say yes? The,
no,
the prefect, did someone say yes? It's fine.
No, sir.
Okay. Can I move on?
Yes.
Are you sure no one is writing? Because I lack space here, so I'll flip. She said I should flip.
No,
please wait.
Okay, right. Let me know when you're done. If you want me to flip, also you just prompt me.
Sir, please, if I was
Do you still want to write something? Or no, I can do what I want to do. Are you still writing, or I should do what I want to do?
I'm at, Mr. Isaac.
Okay, all right. Mr. Isaac. Okay. So I'm gonna start by giving you a question similar to Mr. Isaac's situation, and I will show you some allowances and I'll give you questions to solve. When you are done, then we do a real taxation, how we are calculating, how we calculate for tax. I will show you how we use the table. It's very interesting. Yeah. Then we go to another level where they will give us a tax to the person. They give us a tax to the person paid. Then they will ask you to look for the salary or the taxable income. Mhm. She's still writing. I still writing.
No, please, sir, please, you can flip.
All right. Okay, guys. So now so this more like like an exercise, but I know you can do it. I can do it with you. I don't mind. Okay. Let's try. So this
Sir,
yes, yeah.
that means the number four, I couldn't see the.
Provincial, like province, provincial. Oh, AL. Well, you can choose to avoid it since you're in Ghana and you'll be writing a Ghanaian exam. Okay. In Ghana, the deduction I know of is Social Security. I don't know of any deduction again, unless you go and ask Madam Jemima, the one in office. She has aged, so she may be familiar with stuff like that. I've been doing my own work since, so I've not really faced tax deductions like that. Yeah, illustrative, illustrative, illustrative. And see, you guys should be like curious, okay? If any of your parents are salary government workers, let them give you like their pay slip. It's written there. Oh. It's written there on the pay slip. You see the salary, then it's like it's in a tabular form. Then they've written all the deductions over there, and you're like, oh, yeah, you should know that. Anyways, yeah, let's start. So in calculate, so question number one, in calculating calculating a person's, are they writing or they are just smiling?
Probably they are right.
Okay, annual salary. Uh, allowed three of us. These are personal, right faster, allowance. Personal allowances, 400 Ghana cedis. Marriage allowance, so if you enroll at Seekers, one of the things we help or train you for is being able to read and make sense out of the question you are given. Because when I started talking about taxes, I've explained a lot of things to you about the allowances. I've used myself as an example. So now, when you read the question, make sure you understand. Here they are saying children allowance, 120 Ghana cedis each. You must understand it. What does it mean? So you must understand. And we are teaching you English too. You learn the English language. So every single word like count. Find the taxable P of the following. I, Miss Edu, who earns 300, no, 3,000 a year. So here you are told that the person's, that 3,000 here is for the whole year, not married, not married, comma, has no children. So I think this question only asks you to calculate for taxable pay. That's fine. Mr. Olu, who receive who receives 2,000 a year. Is married and has 3 children. All right. Yep, I'm done. I'll be waiting for your approval and we can debate about it, guys. I would like to solve with you because I'm recording and I will upload. Yeah. Let me know when I can go on.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is the I is your star?
Olu. OLU. Your time is almost up, so guys, when you are done, just let me know. The
Yes, sir.
person to regulate.
Sir, please, you can move on.
Right, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna read the question together. Oh, sorry. Yeah, let's read the question together. Madam Precious, thanks a lot. Yeah, Prince, read it to me. Yeah, Prince, let's go.
In calculating a person's annual salary, the following are allowed free of tax.
The following are allowed.
Free of tax.
So, guys, what does it mean?
That's free.
Tax-free allowances. Okay, so Prince, what are the tax-free allowances?
These are personal allowance.
How much?
It is
Okay.
400 cedis.
Mhm.
Allowance 200 cedis.
Mhm.
Children are 120 Ghana cedis each.
That's
Find
it.
the
That word, it would make you, you know, get like get wrong answers. You get that because you avoid it. Okay, go on.
find the taxable pay of the following.
Mhm.
Miss Edu, who earns 3,000 Ghana cedis a year, not married, has no children.
Okay, thank you. It's okay. Don't go on. So I. So solution. So what are we looking for? What are we looking for? Anthony, what are we looking for?
I think Anthony.
What did you say?
Anthony is absent.
Anthony, you said what?
Anthony is absent.
Oh, madam, there is a flaw in your list. Okay. Then answer me. Oh, guys, talk now.
Double pay.
Taxable P. Okay,
Yeah.
taxable P. But I believe you understand that statement, right? It's like your salary, it's looking like it's not everything we charge the tax on. The allowances. So we'll give you someone and the person's situation. If the person and then the person's salary, then you calculate for taxable P. Sometimes if you look at the allowances, the person don't enjoy any of the allowances. In that case, what will be your taxable pay? It will be your what? Salary, right? But if the person enjoys some taxable, some allowances, then meaning the taxable pay, you have to subtract the allowances from it. Basically, that is it, guys. So let's start. So, first of all, I means we are discussing Mrs. Edu, right? Let's look at the tax-free allowances. Let's look at Mrs. Edu. Mrs. Edu, who is she? She get 3,000 a year. She's not married. She has no children. What benefit is she gonna get?
It's not allowed.
Personal?
Yeah. Yes.
Do we agree?
Yes.
So that's the only allowance she's getting.
Yes.
You guys are smart.
Thank you.
Yeah. So she's getting what? 400. Yeah. So we only get personal. Okay. Yeah. So um so with so the taxable pay will be equal to salary minus tax-free income. Yeah, the income will be the allowance because it's just one thing, income. So that'll be what? What's your salary, please? 3,000 minus what's the tax-free income? 400 Ghana cedis. All together, if you do that subtraction. What's that?
2,600.
Yeah. Oh, patience. No, Sandra. Don't think I don't know you are here. The next questions will come to you. Yeah, she's on the meeting. She's not in Greater Accra, so she's on Zoom. Mm. Anyway, let's move on. Let's check that off number two. Number two. In any case, we would need to see the tax-free allowances. Yeah. So let's look at who is that. So this one is Mr. Olu. He received 2,000 a year, is married, and has 3 children. What allowances is he gonna get? You can, yeah.
The order allowance. All of them. The order allowance.
But you calculate for me. So let's start. Let's see if you get it. Let's start. So the first, oh, sorry. The first number I'm to write is what?
400.
Okay, let's take it one at a time so that you are not caught off guard. 400. So I'm adding them, okay. I'm adding them. Plus, plus,
200.
plus
200.
200. I just don't want to catch you off guard, so 200. Now let's come here. Plus what?
360.
120 times 130.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. How come you guys are just getting all these things right? What's going on in the room?
We are smart.
Yeah. It's obvious. Yeah. So all right. Just a moment, guys. So this one, what should I? So let because it's money, let's do the 3 first. Okay, then we do the 120. You don't have to jump into conclusion like that. You have to show. So guys, add everything and let me know. 400 plus 100 is 600. 600 plus that 3 times 120 is what?
360.
Yeah, 360. So it will be 360 plus 600, making
60.
okay. Wow. So if that is the case, then the taxable pay will be equal to his salary is 2,000, guys. So minus 960. What is the result?
1,000.
One like that, like this.
Yes.
Yes.
So what this means is that if you know the tax rate, if I give you the tax rate that, oh, so the tax rate is 10%, then you just do 10% of this. If they write allowances, it doesn't mean everyone is to enjoy an allowance. It varies on case by case basis. Sometimes look at the allowance, the person is not married, doesn't have children, maybe the allowance there was nothing like personal. In that case, the person doesn't enjoy any allowance, so his taxable pay will still be the salary. So I'm gonna give you an assignment which is quite similar to this. So you're going to solve that. In our next lecture, now the tax is calculated, in different style. I mean, when it comes to the Internal Revenue Authority, I mean, there are procedures of taxation. So I'll show you the chart they use and how we calculate for tax in our next lecture. Do all to subscribe and then share and then like the video for similar contents like that. Yeah. So we'll meet again.